So, I'm a drummer, and I love Honkai Star Rail. We've got a brand new animated short all about Firefly and her friends. I remember the Myriad Celestia trailer, which I just did a video on. That was so nice and happy and just wholesome, seeing Firefly and the rest of the Firefly gang and all the little Sam mecha suits, and they have like a nice, peaceful, wonderful moment. I'm really excited for this. Now we get a full animated short. I'm expecting more of the same there, so I'm pretty stoked for this.
Command! Firefly requesting reinforcements! The Swam requesting reinforcements to Rift Valley! Forward! Requesting reinforcements! I repeat, requesting reinforcements!
The wholesome part must come later. Damn. What an insane shot. The Sam suits are so badass, dude. Look at them. So sick.
On your feet! The target straight ahead! Keep pushing forward!
Alright, now we got some music kicking in. Damn. I suppose you could say they're dropping like flies. No? No? Okay. Alright. So the music is really setting the tone here. It's super dark. Whoa! But super aggressive and fast-paced. Damn. That's the real Swarm King right there. Jeez.
Whoever's still alive, cover me! I'm going for the Swarm Mother! Copy! Take it! Witness! Activate it when you see the signal!
Look at the lighting, like the reflections on the armor. So incredible looking. Wow. Ooh. That's some creepy yikes. Damn. Was not expecting that.
Scorched Earth operations! For Her Majesty!
Her Majesty!
Yo, yo! Damn. So they thought that was a suicide mission. Like all the way. Went in assuming they were going to have to sacrifice. Oh, don't tell me she's the only one. Dude. Yo.
Am I dead? Who died?
Jesus. That's crazy. I don't like the wet sound as she takes every step.
Born to fight. Such is the honor of Glamoth's other cavalry. For Her Majesty.
Jeez. Damn, that's messed up. Really cool use of atmospheric synthesizer there. We'll circle back to some of these key musical moments, kind of talk about what they're doing.
Of a scorched earth. A new shoot sprouted from the earth. It bloomed in the morning sun and whispered to me.
Wow.
Like fireflies to a flame.
Wow.
Life begets death.
Jeez. Wow. I got goosebumps like all the way down to my toes, bros. Jeez. Ain't no just by chance.
Fireflies dancing among the stars.
That's kind of messed up. I don't really like the way she just kind of like relished in that. All right, so that was obviously incredible. Didn't want to interrupt it midway through. Wanted to watch the whole thing. A couple of key moments musically that I want to talk about and how that kind of like sets the tone for the scene that follows. We have the charge right here. We're going to go back and talk about that. And then let's see. So you have basically the charge and the whole attack. The music was really strong. It came on really strong during the initial charge. Then you get it through the whole attack. Then we get a drop off here after the sacrifice is made, right? And this whole section had really cool atmospheric synth that they used. We'll talk about that a little bit. And then obviously, I mean, God, gee willikers, holy moly, this whole scene right here, that was insane. And actually really cool. Noticed a little bit of instrumentation there with some, I'll say like mirrored symbolism with music here at the front at the charge. So if we go back here, bear with me while I kind of skip around.
On your feet.
Try and
The
find
target
when the
straight
music
ahead.
starts.
Keep pushing forward.
Affirmative.
All right. So we got, it feels like we have a really fast pace here. Essentially what's happening there is that sounds like strings. There might be some horns tied in, at least in this early section. We get a lot of horns later on. They're hitting, gosh, that could easily be 16th notes in the count. It could just be 8th notes, right? So your normal count is 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Depending on what the original tempo of this composition is meant to be, that could be 16th notes as well. Because I mean, they are really rolling there. And what that does, that creates a sense of urgency, right? It feels very intense. There's no actual percussion happening right now. So how do they counter that? And how do they give like kind of the backbone to create the vibe and create the atmosphere on? Well, you got to create that movement somewhere if you want movement. Obviously, there's nothing but movement happening on screen. So they want the sonic experience to match that. They're just rolling those horns and those strings over and over and over, 8th notes, 16th notes. And that's how they create the tempo. And then that sound design right there is just crazy. So right there, we talk about often whenever you get like a big brass section and horns, a lot of times it's used to signify two things, triumph or on the very far polar opposite, doom. And here, get the scale of doom. And honestly, it's usually when it comes to the horn sections and what kind of an emotion that they're trying to convey, it literally just comes down to what they play. You can go with lower horns and you can get like the whole brass section going and only use certain ones. We'll talk about that in the last section, whenever like we'll call it the Firefly section down here. But what they do is rather than going like high and uplifting notes, whenever you do that on horns, you hear all the time. Halo, I recently did Elden Ring where we found the same thing. Oh, but that video hasn't released yet. We'll keep an eye out for that. Spoiler alert, we talk about horns in the Elden Ring video. But anyways, you can do that, or you can go the opposite end and go super low and throaty and deep and dirty, and that creates a sense of doom. And a lot of times what they'll do whenever they create that initial escape of emotion, they'll take those horns and they'll just hold them, swell them, let them fill up all of the atmosphere created by the track, and then they'll typically roll it back in, and maybe the horns join the main composition, and maybe they're literally only there to create that one moment, that one tonal shift. So right here, we're getting a deep, low drone as the swarm Satan Lord is coming out of the ground or wherever the hell he came from. And then that sets the tone for this reveal of, like, you know, essentially the main villain in this short, right? It's like right here. Still holding. And then it finally just fades there, right? Comes into another hit. And all the while, in the background, you still have those strings just absolutely rolling in the background. Again, I don't know what the actual term is whenever you're talking about strings. I'm not a real musician. I'm just a drummer. From the standpoint of like percussion and drumming, we're going to consider that like the count. So they're rolling on 8th notes, 16th notes, keeping that pressure high. We've got those deep, low groans from the horn section coming in, and it's really just spelling doom. You know, it's just... the tone shifts from being just intense to being intense and hopeless. And so that's really smart, the way that they address that right there. Now, another big shift that comes is after this big sacrifice up here, right? Like, it's still that intense kind of hopeless music. And rightfully so. So that's a good example. Again, they're using the horns to create a sense of triumph. And here, you know, the triumph isn't always 100% cheerful. Here, the triumph is coming with a sacrifice. What was the mission? To kill the Swarm King. What is, what are they about to accomplish? They're about to kill the Swarm King. At what cost? And so what you have is still in the background, you've got those aggressive strings just bouncing around, keeping the pressure and the tension high. Then we get those lighter swells. You can hear the change in how the horns are swelling right here, right? It's higher, it's brighter, it's airier. I mean, they're completely different from whenever it first showed the Swarm King right there. And now the strings are starting to swell. So traditionally what happens whenever the strings start to swell, they're creating another layer within the track. What are you doing with those different layers? Well, it depends. In this instance, they're creating more emotion. So rather than just having those sharp juddering strings in the background, they're swelling, opening up more room to breathe within the song on top of the horns, and it really creates this powerful moment.
Now commencing.
You've got snare drums rolling in the background.
For Her Majesty!
You know, you hear that it's a brighter, airier tone. It's not deep and throaty, but you still feel like sad. Like, you know, they've done what they came here to do, but it's still just damn sad. So if we want to jump up here, I don't know how quickly that atmosphere starts up. So this is just sound effects. And sad as hell. All right, so this whole scene is devastating.
Fight. Such is the honor.
Right here. It's literally just droning. It's atmospheric sound. And that's one of the beauties of just using synthesizer like this, to just create noise. And you can go so many different ways. I mean, you can hear a ton of reverb. It's very airy. It is literally just open atmosphere right now. And a lot of times what you get... Oh, I just realized she's having flashbacks. I was going to say, a lot of times what you get when you go for that is like retrospective. It creates a sense of retrospective. And it's not necessarily like it has to be used that way. That's just how everybody uses that kind of like a airy, atmospheric synth. I feel like I'm saying airy and atmospheric a lot, but they're just using a lot of atmosphere in here. Whether it's the synthesizer right now or like the swelling horns in moments of triumph and despair, you know, or even just the strings swelling, you know, they're creating a lot of atmosphere in here, which overall, again, you know, they want to combine the sonic experience with the visual experience. And it's, you know, they're on a massive battlefield, literally destroying an entire planet. So like the sense of scale needs to be carried forward with what you hear and with what you see. And they just do a brilliant job with that. Not a lot more to talk about the synthesizer there, but we come up here. And this scene is just incredible. So we talked about the horns and how they're going to, you know, they're going to talk about despair, triumph. They can still have sadness. We're going to get here. I think it was actually, this is just a trumpet. correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's just a trumpet, really high pitched. And it's playing and it's almost cheerful. So you get the same effect. You know, we are obviously creating a moment of triumph here. We've already seen, we know what happens. But that's what they're going for musically. And you got piano that comes in as well.
Morning sun.
Which piano is super versatile, but it's just the way it is here. It's adding to that bright sound. And you hear that?
Like fireflies.
Right.
To a flame.
The marching drums are back again. And similar marching drums are often used for triumph. You know, soldiers are marching on, we're moving forward no matter what. And that's what they're doing here. And it's so beautiful. Good Lord. That's crazy. Yeah. See, they always do an incredible job tying in the music with these videos. And whether it's the animated shorts or it could even be, you know, like just the character trailers, they just always do such a good job with that. I love it. It really is such a treat. I feel like we're very lucky to get videos like this with this kind of production value, the voice acting, the music. And then obviously, you know, the animation itself. It's just, it's really a treat. I love it when they drop these animated short videos. Hope you enjoyed the little breakdown there. If you did, of course, like the video. Share it with your friends if you think they'd be interested too. Subscribe for more. I'm looking forward to the Firefly launch. I mean, every time they drop some more of this hype, I get more and more excited for a character that I was already going to be pulling no matter what. I have to have Sam. It's literally my name. I'm all in there. Leave a comment. Let me know what was your favorite part of the animated trailer. Catch you in the next video. Love the games, love yourself, and I love you. Bye.